Hello, welcome to our third practice, and this is where we're going to be combining the two practices that we learned in stages 1 and stage 2. And by practicing them together, you'll see how they work together to move us towards a calmer and calmer state of being. Now, in this section, you're not going to see anything new. We're going to be ideally meditating in our safe space. If we're not able to be in your safe space to listen to this, then somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed during this meditation. And make sure you're not doing anything else that's going to need your full attention. Of course, you're going to be sitting, and you're going to be sitting as described in the foundations section of this course, which hopefully by now is becoming more and more familiar to you. A reminder about distractions. They just happen. We can't really do much about the fact that they happen. They can be coming from outside or inside or both. And we let them go without any judgment. They're not annoying, they're not different, they're not funny, sad, or whatever. They're just distractions. And in fact, you can just label them as a distraction. You know, something pops up and you just say, oh, distraction. And you come back to the phrase you're repeating or your breath awareness, wherever you happen to be within this particular meditation. And remember, when we come to working with the phrase repetition and our breath, we're not trying to change our breathing patterns in any way. Now, as you work through these meditations, you may find it changing naturally, but that's okay. It's whatever happens to be happening for you right now is absolutely fine. Hello and welcome to the actual practice we're going to be doing in this session. And this is where we combine stages 1 and 2, as you know, and to guide you in that process, I'm going to be using the singing bowl to guide you. Now, I'll sound the singing bowl at the start of the session. I'll sound it again when we change from the first part of our meditation into the second part, and I'll sound it at the end of the meditation practice. Now, the first practice we're going to be doing is one which you're already very familiar with. We're simply repeating the phrase, who am I? And this is to engage our thinking mind. I'll invite you to take 3 deep breaths, and then we'll go into the who am I phrase, where I'll repeat it with you to begin with for a few moments, and then I'll let it go and let you get on with your own meditation repeating the phrase. When that comes to the end of the 5 minutes, I'll sound the singing bowl, and we'll move on to the next 5 minutes, where we let go of the phrase repetition and we move into combining the repetition of this phrase, who am I, and our natural breathing pattern. In order to do that, I'm going to invite you to take a few moments to become aware of your natural breathing pattern. We then move into the 2-step repetition process, where on the out breath we repeat the phrase once, and the phrase is, who am I? We allow our out breath to continue, come back in again, up to the top, where it just pauses slightly before the next out breath, where we repeat the phrase again. And between the repetition of the phrase, we're simply silent, simply observing, simply being. When the repetition of those 2 steps is finished, I will again sound the singing bowl to let you know it's the end of the session. And then I'll invite you to get grounded again, make sure you're grounded by feeling your feet on the floor, moving your fingers and so on. So, if you like to either get ready to do this practice now, or if you need to, just pause the video here to come back to the actual practice. We're about to begin. So get yourself in a comfortable position, nothing to disturb you, etc. And we will begin shortly. I invite you to take 3 deep breaths to begin this process of relaxation. Who am I? 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 And as we move into the second 5 minutes, I invite you to take a few moments to become aware of your natural breathing pattern. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And just become aware of your feet on the floor. Wiggle your fingers and get a sense of being in the room where you are now. Well, thank you for joining me during this two-stage meditation. I hope that you, with practice, will find that actually it's quite effortless to move from one stage to the next. As before, I suggest that you practice this with this video or on your own several times before moving on to the next meditation. And I look forward to joining you in the next session where we'll take it even further.